All right, drawing for dissection 4 involves the structures, organs of the pleural cavity, the chest cavity. So let's just go through those. This is the heart, obviously. The heart is the organ that is muscle that will pump blood throughout the entire body. Over here is the left lung, which has 3 lobes. Over on the other side is the right lung, which also has 3 lobes, so pigs have a total of 6 lobes. Cranial vena cava is the large vein on top of the heart that will carry deoxygenated blood from the upper body to the right atrium. Underneath is the caudal vena cava, right here, that will carry deoxygenated blood from the lower body to the right atrium. As far as chambers of the heart, this is the left ventricle, which receives oxygenated blood from the left atrium, sends it to the aortic arch. This is the left atrium, which receives oxygenated blood from the lungs, sends that blood to the left ventricle. Over here, that's the right atrium, which receives deoxygenated blood from the vena cava, sends that to the right ventricle. Here's the right ventricle, which receives deoxygenated blood from the right atrium and sends that to the pulmonary trunk. So here's the pulmonary trunk, this structure that comes out of the right ventricle. It also would receive deoxygenated blood from the right ventricle and send that deoxygenated blood to both the right and the left lung. Aortic arch is the last structure. It's going to be the arch, the white arch right on top of the heart. That white arch is involved in the aortic arch will receive oxygenated blood from the left ventricle and send that oxygenated blood to all arteries in the body. Important in a fetus is the ductus arteriosus, which is in this crevice between the pulmonary trunk and the aortic arch. So it's right here. And that ductus arteriosus is literally a hole which will bypass the lungs in a fetus. So fetuses don't breathe. That blood, the oxygenated blood, is received through the umbilical cord. So once that human baby takes that first breath, that ductus arteriosus closes and blood is sent to both lungs. Other structures for drawing for dissection 4 include the ribs, which will protect the lungs and the heart. The intercostal muscles are in between the ribs and they will move the rib cage for breathing, for ventilation. The parietal pleura is this shiny connective tissue which serves as a covering on the rib cage to protect the cavity. And last, what you cannot see, well, I do have just a little bit left right here, is the pericardial sac. This sac surrounds the entire heart and protects the heart. That would be all of the structures for dissection 4.